Oh, hi there, folks. Elder law care attorney Patrick Kelleher coming to you from elderlawcare.com. Folks, today's question is, what are the transfer costs associated with estate planning? What I'm referring to, folks, is can I make a gift to my loved ones? Can I make a gift to my children? Gifting, folks, is a double-edged sword. Hey there, folks. Elder law care attorney Patrick Kelleher and author of The Four-Headed Monster, which is a metaphorical four-headed beast, folks. The four big things folks are typically looking to avoid, which is probate court, the estate death tax, financial creditors and predators, and that $15,000 per month private pay nursing home. So folks, pick up a copy of the book on Amazon because you will become that informed consumer to give you that sword and shield to slay that metaphorical four-headed beast. Folks, what are the costs of transferring assets or gifting in estate planning or elder law? Folks, I drafted an article a couple of years back called Gifting is a Double-Edged Sword. And what I'm referring to, folks, gifting can be a great thing because you're making gifts to perhaps loved ones, maybe the children, maybe the grandchildren, helping them pay for a home, a wedding, educational expenses, maybe first automobile, whatever it may be. So gifting can be a good thing. The reason why I refer to as gifting as a double-edged sword are the following, folks. I always say to folks and my clients, always use the metaphorical four-headed beast as a formula when you're assessing and evaluating your own personal circumstances for estate planning or elder law. For example, number one, probate court. Number two, the estate death tax. Let's focus now on transfers and gifts, okay? So folks, from my experience, gifting may be prudent and wise when you're looking to perhaps spend down your estate, to reduce your estate if you have a taxable estate for either the federal estate tax or, folks, if you live in a state like here in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, there's still a state estate tax. Here in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, folks, currently the state estate tax is only set at $1 million. And that's not $1 million cash, folks. That's all your property, the value of your home, your 401k, your IRA, your qualified retirement account, whatever that may be, your investment assets, your personal property, and don't forget your life insurance. Add it all up in one column. And if you're over $1 million, a CPA told me recently that if you're $1 over that $1 million threshold, you'll owe about $18,000 to the Massachusetts Department of Revenue upon your demise. Or more specifically, your family will be paying that. And whose pocket will that money be coming out of? Whose pocket will that money be coming out of? Will be your beneficiaries of your estate. So back to gifting and transfers. Folks, currently under the current tax code, you can gift as much as $15,000 per year, per individual, per calendar year. It doesn't even have to be family. You can make gifts up to $15,000. If you exceed $15,000, folks, there's a legal requirement to file a 709 gift tax return. That's really, really important to know, folks. You need to work with your CPA, accountant, or a tax attorney to file that 709 gift tax return if you exceed a gift greater than $15,000 to any individual within a calendar year. Folks, also under the current Tax Cut and Jobs Act, there's a unified tax code system that is proposed to be changing under the current administration. But the current tax law states that you have a lifetime gift tax exemption equal to the federal estate tax amount, which is currently $11.7 million. That is expected to change under the current administration. It might go down to $5 million. It might even go down to $3.5 million. And there's even rumors that the current administration may lower the lifetime gifting down to $1 million. So tax code, folks, is one of those L's I talk about, changes in law, that we have little to no control of. So we have little to no control over those. You want to keep an eye on them as you journey through life because that tax code is always, always changing, folks. Really, really important. So, folks, you can make gifts up to $15,000 per calendar year under current tax code. But, folks, this is not a do-it-yourself campaign. Work with a qualified attorney and or CPA. Make sure you're gifting properly. Really, really important. So folks, the reason why it's a double-edged sword is the following. If you make gifts to your children or grandchildren or whomever, and then within 5 years from making that gift, if either you or your spouse become completely incapacitated and you need to get on Medicaid benefits to pay for your skilled nursing care, Medicaid will construe your gift as a penalty. That is correct. If you make gifts within 5 years of applying for Medicaid benefits under current Medicaid law, Medicaid will look at that gift that you made as a impermissible gift. So it's okay to make gifts for the estate death tax, to spend down the estate death tax to avoid or minimize the second-headed beast, but it can be detrimental if either you or your spouse became completely incapacitated within 5 years of making that gift for Medicaid planning. So that's why it's a double-edged sword, folks. So I hope that makes sense. So gifting, folks, can be great to minimize the estate tax, but when you're in the fourth quarter of life, you have to be really, really careful of making those gifts, because if you or your spouse became completely incapacitated and you needed to get on Medicaid benefits to pay for your long-term care, you could be painting yourself into the corner. And that's not good, folks, because the only way to correct or cure that, the individual you made the gift to has to cure the penalty by what? Repaying that gift to you. And from my experience, it's usually too late. That money is usually gone and spent on bills or vacations or whatnot, automobiles and maybe education for the grandkids. So the only other way to cure that penalty, the Medicaid department will create what they call a penalty divisor period, and they'll make you wait a period of time, could be months and could be over a year, depending on how many gifts you made, before you can reapply and hopefully get approved for Medicaid benefits. So folks, that is the risk and challenges of making gifts. Folks, if this video is helpful, please scroll down and leave a comment. And if you'd like to learn more information, go to elderlawcare.com, folks. If you really want to learn how to slay the entire four-headed beast, strongly recommend pick up a copy of my book on Amazon. You can read it in paperback, real easy read, folks, about 100 pages, or you can read it on Kindle, or you can listen to it on Audible. You can multitask. Also, folks, I talk more about all of this, how to slay the beast, in our 3-part webinar, as well as our 4-part educational course. The key here, folks, is to get as much information and education as possible, so you're what I refer to as that informed consumer. So you have that sword and that shield, so you can slay that metaphorical four-headed beast, and you can create that meaningful legacy for your loved ones. Folks, thanks for joining us. Again, if this information was helpful, scroll down, leave a comment in the box below, hit subscribe, and share this information with others you love and care about. Folks, thanks for joining us. Patrick Kelleher, elderlawcare.com. See you next time.